Hello everybody, I'm Katie and welcome to Weekly Geek. We're over at this bookshelf because where I have it set up to do the Weekly Geeks, it's actually really messy with a bunch of paintings and stuff. So instead we're going to be doing it here. Now I'm filming this Sunday, but I highly doubt that it will be up Sunday. Heck, it might be up the hour before we leave. Just as long as I put it up, I will be happy. Anyway, today's video is going to be on 5 of, in my opinion, the stupidest, most ridiculous comic book vehicles. Yep, this is going to be a fun one. Okay, so first off, I'm going to be doing these in the longest to the shortest, so the longest explanation to the shortest explanation, you know what I mean. And the first one that I'm going to be telling you about is the Spider-Mobile, which is a car for Spider-Man. Basically, is all it is. Spider-Man was asked by Corona Motors to basically drive a car with their engine in it, and he initially said no, but then it turned out that he actually needed rent money, so he agreed. And after that, he found out he was actually gonna have to make the car himself, so he gets Johnny Storm or the Human Torch to help him build it, and they build it, and he goes out and he fights criminals in it like a doof, and then he drives it into the Hudson River by accident, but he does do it, and he leaves it there. Later on, he finds out the company Corona Motors actually wants to sue him because he lost the car that he was supposed to be using for publicity. So he goes back to try and find the car. It's not in there. He just finds a mirror. He finds a side mirror, and it turns out that somebody had taken the car and messed with it and set it on to him, basically. Like, he runs into the car, or the car runs into him. And do you know who tinkered with it? Literally the Tinkerer. The names of some comic book people is just ridiculous. But anyway, the Tinkerer tinkered with it and fixed it and turned it into basically a toy car that he could drive around with weapons in it. Eventually, Spider-Man defeated the Tinkerer and practically threw the car away, giving it back to Corona Motors with the sign "Good Riddance." And I completely agree, because he does not need a car. Because, I mean, Peter Parker doesn't even have a permit, much less a driver's license. Number 2 that I'm going to be telling you about is the Supermobile, which is a car for Superman. It's not really a car, it's a car, a rocket, a jet, it's a bunch of things. Basically what happened was a star, I think, from what I could tell in my research, a star blocked the sun and lost his powers, and so Amazo, the android with the abilities of all of the Justice League, came around and basically was trying to beat up Superman. What happened was Superman went to his cave of solitude and got out his Supermobile that has all the powers of Superman and beat him, is basically what happened. And, you know, it's kind of weird because I remember there being some sort of special thing that Amazo did with his powering from, like, the Green Lantern, and I don't really know why Superman would have had the ability to defeat that, because he wouldn't have otherwise. And I'm wondering if they had a story going where he was going to do something to the Green Lanterns and they decided no, or if there was just one of those dumb coincidences where he just happened to have it. Probably the second one. The way that Superman ended up getting his powers back and defeating Amazo is literally Amazo drop-kicked him into next week. Literally. Just kicked him 5 days into the future. I mean, if that's not a way to get your power back, I don't know what is. on to the really short ones, really. The next one I'm going to be telling you about is Magneto's car. I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically a hovering car. It has all the abilities of Magneto. It's not really needed in anything. It's seen twice, I think, in the whole of X-Men, and never seen again. I mean, it's literally really useless. I don't understand why it was created, except for the fact just to give him a car. I don't know. It levitated, it was fast, it had magnetic qualities, that kind of thing, and then it just kind of disappeared into obscurity and has not been seen again. Just saying. It's just... The next one is the Whirly Bat, which is, out of all of Batman's useless gadgets, probably the most useless gadget in existence. It is basically a one-seating helicopter. It's basically what it is. It's actually seen quite often if you include the Lego and the comic, or not the comics, the cartoons, Lego, and that kind of thing. And the old 1960s one show, I think it's seen a couple times, but really, he never uses it more than once in the comics. And the other time that it is used, it was, I can't remember the name of the comic at the moment, but Hush actually tried to use it, and if you don't know who Hush is, he is a villain that cuts off people's faces and puts them on himself, and his mastery of disguise. Anyway, he disguises himself as Bruce Wayne and goes down into the Batcave, and in all Hush manner, he puts bandages around his face like he usually does, and he gets into a fight with Batman, and the Whirly Bat goes off and basically strangles him because his bandages got stuck. The only useful thing the Whirly Bat has ever done for the DC world. And finally, the most useless and most ridiculous and dumbest thing I have ever heard of, the Thanos copter. I'm sorry, but it's literally a yellow helicopter with the word Thanos on the side. It can't do anything except for fly. It doesn't do anything but fly. He uses it once. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I don't get it. Oh gosh. You could have just gotten a yellow helicopter. You didn't have to name it the Thanos copter. But you did. Anyway, guys, that was my top 5, I guess, weirdest, stupidest, dumbest comic book vehicles that I could find when I looked up the thing. And yeah, sorry this video is kind of weird and short and rambly, but I only have a very short time to make this video, and then I have to go, and so I'm just trying to work through it. If I do manage to get this up Sunday today, I'm not going to be putting up any more videos in the week because I'm way too busy. But I will see you when I get back in 2 weeks. So, until then, bye!